you're a former Republican. I'm a former Republican. You're consulting with the DCCC right now. I don't know if you can say this, Paul. Have you noticed a cultural difference? No. Like Republicans, I've said this before. When I ran, I didn't run to win by 1 percentage point. I ran to get every vote, to get every dollar, and make sure that person would never, ever think about running against me again. It was total political warfare. Now, we'd play it clean, but it was really rough. And it was an obsession.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Democrats, not a lot of Democrats with that intensity. Is there a cultural divide between how Democrats and Republicans run?
I think that the biggest difference, certainly that I've observed, is that Republicans truly, they don't care if something is 100% right, 100% accurate, 100% factual. And Democrats really do care about the truth. And I think that it surprises them. I've had many Democrats ask me, do Republicans really not care? And my answer is, no, they don't care. They want to win. They want to pound you into submission. They don't care what it takes, how ugly it gets, how nasty it gets. They're going to do whatever they got to do.
Well, and let me just add on to this. I will say, in my experience, Democrats think they're right and everybody else is wrong. I mean, the Democrats that I've been around at times, that's not great when you're campaigning. It's sort of like we always talk about DBT, and you've got to open your mind and go, well, maybe some people listen to these Republicans and maybe they think that they're right. Maybe they actually believe. How am I going to beat them?
Right. And I think part of the challenge is on the surface.
By the way, please don't tweet at me. I didn't say that skillfully. Really. I'm just saying. But
no, I know what you're saying.
I'm sunk now. I was trying to help, but I think I've just blown.
Let me help bail Joe out here. I think.
Please bail me out.
I think part of it is, on the surface, Democrats believe that, hey, we are right about a lot of these things. We are the party that is for democracy. We are the party that is for social justice, inequality. And the Republicans are 100% not. But that in itself is not enough to win. It's not enough to be right. You have to convince the American people that there's something in it for them. Republicans are very good. In fact, the Republicans are better at Democrats in this, of using fear and weaponizing fear to get ahead electorally. And I think that Democrats are going to be a lot more aggressive in 2022. I think that Democrats are understanding that the stakes are so much higher now, that literally democracy is on line. We had a violent insurrection, and Republicans are out there. The law and order Republicans are out there saying, it was just a tourist day.
And so, Adrian,